Hello, and welcome to another scene for Suburban Apples, the game in which I wonder why, and why again. Today, scene takes place. It is about 2 weeks since Belladonna bloomed. Uh, it's still winter, snow thick, and freshly fallen in some places, slick and black from tires and mud in other places. Draw your own conclusions where snow is more beautiful. But this is where we find ourselves. Roughly 2 weeks have passed, dreams have been dreamt, and life carries on. In the household of Emma McBride, there's a new face, a very strict-looking nanny who has been hired, as Vin decides to take the issue of this newly chrysalis she to court without bringing a bailor to court. So he is out of the picture for the time being, and in place, a mere mortal who has no idea of the monster she is watching over. And we find ourselves in the middle of the night, when children should be asleep, and they should be resting. And Patrick, where would you be around now?
Oh, that depends. One way or another, I'd probably be having some late night adventures. Probably haven't even considered exactly where I'm going to stay for the night, whether it's the old haunted house or whether I'm going to stay in the tree house or even break into Marcia's home again and stay there. It's been really cold in the tree house. Not that he wouldn't mind doing that, but it's been nice to actually be able to stay in a place where it doesn't necessarily leak or there's snow not accidentally coming in. So I'm actually going to toss a coin here real fast because that will determine whether he's in Briggenfowl or where he's in San Elpius. Heads San Elpius, tails Briggenfowl.
Okay.
He's in San Elpius.
All right.
Probably making his way past the mural on the way back to the haunted house, while his shadow is following along under a street lamp, kind of just waggling its finger at him. And he's just mocking. It's like, don't you mock me?
All right. Well then, we're going to start with D. And we'll get back to Patrick and his shenanigans soon then.
All right.
Because D, you are neighbors with Vin. You're aware of who's next door and what happened to bring her about. So I want you to go ahead and roll me a perception alertness. If you have a hearing specialty, it'll apply.
I do, as a matter of fact. Just trying to remember what my stats are. Perception and add that to my list of things I need to increase. Well, I got 3.
Good.
Probably, yes.
So, you hear some bickering that has been coming from the next door neighbor's house for the past 20 minutes or so come to a sudden and abrupt end. And then you hear the sound of a window opening on the second floor of Vin's house.
Can I see the window from my house?
Yes.
She will go to wherever it is that she can see said window.
You can see Belladonna, or Emma, as she's known by so many people who loved the child that was there before, standing on the roof outside of her windowsill. She unfurls her wings, those large swan wings. She looks over at your window, and you can see the shine of her serpent eyes as she leaps from the roof and allows herself to tumble downwards until mere inches from the ground her wings catch air and she soars into the night sky.
Yeah, watch what direction she goes. I mean, I'm okay with heights, but I am a spider. I am not going to be able to catch her.
Yeah, she seems to be going in the direction of the tower. Perhaps she has a confrontation she wants to continue.
Perhaps she does. Right. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to get out there my way.
Typical spider sneakies.
Yeah, because she knows the way through the walls. It's her own house, so
yeah.
She's pretty much just going to shift down, go through the crack that's in her closet and out probably somewhere near the ground, and then shift when she's like under a bush.
All right.
And then basically go that direction. She'll get in her car. I think that's a bit of a way over there, isn't it?
And with the car, we'll say that you're able to generally catch up and keep up with her. And since everybody else is at the tower, what you see, Redcap Jesus and Patrick, is the silhouette of wings and this little girl flying overhead.
And for Patrick, he doesn't necessarily look up at first because right now he's having a little bit of a standoff with his shadow. But suddenly the shadow sort of like cocks, like it's like, you know, flat on the ground, still got its hips up at him. But then it seems to like tilt its head like it's looking past Patrick, and then it sort of like. And Patrick looks up, and that's when he sees the silhouette. Well, not even the silhouette, depending on how high up she is. Emma, flying. And there's a sparkle of excitement and joy. Someone who can fly. He knew those wings could work. Of course they could work. So he goes down and he high fives the shadow for a brief moment, and then he starts in the middle of the road where it's probably still slick and muddy and stuff. He starts spin, and he's just moving faster and faster. Where it's the possibility, even with his good balance and everything, he might like slip and fall.
Okay.
But to try and catch enough speed to like basically tornado himself up with Wayfarer.
Okay, we'll say that's a 2.
A 2. Okay, cool. Let us see. How will you do, Patrick? With a diff 6.
Civil War stuff, I guess -1.
What was that?
Throwing shade at SE.
Why are you throwing shade at me?
I'm saying like I do Civil War stuff and get -1.
What? When? I'm always generous with bunks, thank you.
Oh, come on.
Whatever.
Don't you stick on me. Oh, dice roller, you failed me for the last time. Again. 60-10 forever.
I mean, it was working. It was just slow.
Oh, there it is. 1 success. So for the next 5 minutes.
Which is enough to launch yourself up there.
Yep. And still flying. So it's that spin, and suddenly up he goes, rocketing up into the air.
Before you throw rocks, wait, someone may come. It's like Red Cap Jesus telling the kid who's throwing rocks outside.
And Agnes is just, I don't throw rocks at my friends. I throw rocks at the English.
English.
The English. Yes, those bastards who think they own everything. And with a sudden flourish of energy from a window, an open window, in comes first a flurry and flourish of wings and chaos. That is Emma. Her hair wild and unkempt because, well, part of the argument. And her eyes glowing, that serpentine glow. And she smiles, revealing her fangs. Agnes, let's play. And Agnes, then she reaches for a rock.
Agnes, you remember last time we talked?
She picks up 2 rocks.
Got it, girl.
Agnes, no.
And we will say Patrick is right behind, following up. Right?
Probably right behind. And with a sort of like a triple somersault through the window and sticking onto the other side of the wall, sort of standing there because he sort of can on the wall, is Patrick with his fists on his hips and a big bright smile. Hi, Emma. Hi, Agnes.
Hello, Patrick. Says Emma with a sort of stall as she tries to remember your name. And Agnes just gives sort of a slow nod. She contemplates the rocks in her tiny hands. Dee, you've been following along and you see them fly into this building. The building with a mural painted on the side of it.
Yep. She's going to park the car, lock the doors. Assuming this doesn't take terribly long, that's up to you. And she's actually going to go find some place to hide, shift to spider form, and then climb up the side of the building.
Okay.
So that nobody will necessarily know that she's there unless she wants them to.
Okay.
She's basically going to try to sort of, because the window's clearly open if they're flying in from up there.
Yeah.
So she's going to do that and sort of skitter off to someplace like up into a corner or a dark corner somewhere or something like that.
Okay. And we'll say that this is about the point where you finally make it up because, driving a car, you're able to park. And we'll say that, it takes you them flying in through the window and everything else before little spider makes it all the way up that building. But yes, there you see in front of you this tableau of Red Cap Jesus, Agnes, no. And Agnes holding rocks, Emma, wings open and hair wild, staring down Agnes, and Patrick somersaulting in.
Mm-hmm. And Patrick's there. He's sort of like I said, it's like he's almost standing on the wall as he's just looking over the scene here. But he's seeing these things, and he's just for a moment, his fists are on his hips and stuff, and then he sort of kicks off and just sort of glides down to the ground in a very smooth motion as he's sort of there, and he's not quite between Emma and Agnes, but he's just like, are we really going to start fighting again? I thought we could finally have some fun.
And Agnes gives that toothy red cap grin. Well, fighting can be loads of fun.
Not in public.
What?
Not in public.
Is this public?
It is.
Is it?
What? Oh, is this a game? Is this a fighting game?
No. No fighting game. Kids don't play fighting games.
Yeah, we do.
You mean you do.
Yeah, we play war. We play... we play cops and robbers. We play cowboys and Indians. We play Lost Boys and Pirates. He says, as for a brief moment, his features sort of subtly shift, and it's a different boy that's standing there. Still the same blue eye, the bright green eyes full with youth, but everything about him else has shifted. His hair is suddenly golden rather than red. He's not freckled. His suit's still very much the same, but his skin's far more tanner than before. Like he's been in the sun far more than Patrick. But it's very brief before he shifts right back.
Agnes needs to understand. Redcaps don't play lethal games around each other, right, Agnes?
She is a slow turn. Why are you telling me what I understand and what I don't understand? You're the one letting the English up in here. Throw her out.
What English?
Wait, who's English?
Then
she said, and Patrick's like looking around trying to find the English.
Here, let me point her out to you. She says, just winds up to throw a rock at Emma.
Redcap just like holds that hand, is like, nope, no.
This is my tower. I will protect it.
We only make peace with our enemies.
We only make what?
Peace with our enemies.
I was like, it sounded like you said keys, and I'm like, what is that?
I thought you just said peas, like peas, the fruit, the vegetable. We only make peas with our enemies.
Gross.
And Patrick's sort of like, I mean, the trajectory of the throw was probably back towards Emma, where he finally like frowns again. It's like, I thought we already went over this. Emma's not English.
And Agnes looks at Patrick, and she looks very sad, kind of a disappointed child, sad.
Yeah.
How can you not realize she's English? She took your friend.
What do you mean? I mean, she did something. I mean, you changed, he says as he's sort of gesturing at Agnes. She changed. That's just what happens.
Oh, we'll see. What is Emma?
Emma's a she.
Arcadian?
Mm-hmm. Baylor.
Wait, what? Oh,
yep.
God.
Yeah. This is what you've been protecting.
No, I was protecting Agnes.
Make your glad. I think you might want to make a gray mare check to realize.
No, I thought I was like protecting the small one. Pardon, the one who was throwing rocks.
Yeah.
Well, Agnes is the red cap who's throwing rocks, and you can be protecting her from throwing things at Emma. Emma is a winged Baylor Arcadian.
An Arcadian. I don't know if she's Arcadian, she or not. Pardon, I think I know she's Arcadian, but I don't know if she is a Baylor. So like he doesn't say anything about that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, not on full look. He's giving that looks like, like he told this kid like 600 times in the last 2 weeks. You don't attack she in front of others. You attack she when they're alone.
The best.
You attack the sneaky brats. You attack those little like weirdlings when you're alone with them, not in front of other people. Best advice is yes.
And is this what he reminds her of?
He's like giving that look like, no, not in public. There are others here.
And she's like, fine. Everybody leave except for Emma.
She's like, I'm living here now to protect you.
And Emma just continues to smile. That what used to be a very charming smile, that now has the snake fangs that make it very sinister. I was hoping we'd go out and play.
Ooh, where would we go? Where would we go and play?
Rooftop tag.
Ooh, I love rooftop tag.
Me too.
Cool. And I think the 5 minutes is up at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna bunk for another one. As Patrick runs over and like taps both her shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
You're it, he says, as he, not really realizing, it's this might be a thing between the two of them,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe not until too late that he realizes no one's following him, or she might. Who knows? Patrick jumps out the window.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not before he hits the ground that I'm activating Wayfarer.
Okay, yeah, life-threatening. You know the drill.
Yeah, -5. Let's see how it goes. Ooh, do 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 do.
Please don't fail.
Well, only one way to find out. Nah, he's fine. That's 3 successes.
Okay.
So let me see how long that's going to last with 3. I think it's like 15 minutes per glamour. So let me check just to be sure. Do 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 do. Yeah, no, 5 minutes per dot of glamour. So he is for the next 25 minutes.
Okay.
And off like a shot.
All right. So I have to give adults time to respond to what's going to happen. Agnes is going to grab at, or not Agnes. Emma is going to grab at Agnes and push her towards the window.
I will slap Agnes.
No,
I
Agnes,
won't.
Emma.
He holds the both kids and like pushes them aside and like then looks at Agnes. Behave.
Roll Dex Athletics to catch them in time.
I was gonna say, yeah, the best Dee could do it because she has to shift before she can do much. So yeah, I'm trying. She will go ahead and do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like she'll get behind, just slightly like behind something, shift, and just suddenly be there. Poof.
I have 1 success.
Okay. You managed to grab a hold of Agnes, but she's still up against the window, like before Emma can push her out.
Wait. I misunderstood. I thought it was Agnes who was trying to push Emma out.
Nope, it was the other way
It's
around.
Arcadian she? Oh my god, I'm gonna hold Emma then. I'm sorry. I'm gonna like look at Emma like can I hold her or I can only hold Agnes?
It's a surprise thing, so you can grab one of them, but you can't grab the other. But the push is happening. Grabbing Agnes will keep her from barreling out the window. Grabbing Emma will keep her from pushing her again. So either Agnes goes down, or
okay, I'm holding Agnes because I am not letting my rat cap crazy.
Okay, and D, you're shifting, and then what?
I'm actually going to attempt to use what's it called, effect and cause, on the one doing the pushing.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. I need a freaking bunk. She's is there a clock in the room?
No, it's a fairly abandoned. The things that are there are things like brought for children, so like various stuffed animals, and since she's a red cap, like food.
Well, so is there? Sometimes there are like toy clocks that are meant to show like the time, so that you can learn how to tell it.
Oh, I mean she's a 9-year-old, so she knows how to tell time. So there wouldn't be
I just figured it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then what she's going to do is stand at like she'll move slightly to get in the shadow of the light from the window.
Mm-hmm.
Gauge what time it would be from her shadow.
I like that one.
She creates.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be her bunk.
Okay. And I'll make that a minus 2 as well.
Okay. Sometimes you gotta make do with what you got.
Yeah.
So that would be, oh gosh, I need to figure, if only I could remember her stats. I know the Kronos one. Let me see what she has it in. Okay. This is not going to be a power move. I'm not sure what my diff is. See, it would make it, what, 5?
Yeah, 5.
So I got 2 successes on effect and cause to basically distract her.
Okay. And for a moment, she is very bewildered as she like staggers back and starts hearing like her footsteps before she moves and people talking before their lips move. And she kind of just grabs at her head.
Can I use that moment to try to grab her?
Yeah.
Okay. Just grab like by the arm because this is a kid.
Yeah.
Enough.
Do you have are you mastered Wayfair?
Me? No. Well, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And then he starts to yell. He's like, "Kids, do you know what the fuck happens to sneaky brats who tries to push each other from the other side? They get stabbed in alleyways. Don't do that." He said, "Do you know what happens to sneaky brats who try to push each other from
They get stabbed in alleyways.
Yeah, like from windows. They get stabbed in alleyways. Don't do it."
All this yelling is very bewildering to Emma at the moment. What?
And he's gonna whisper to Agnes' ear, "It's all right, all right. You will find her. It's fine."
Yeah. What she's going to do is kind of push Emma into like a chair.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to just kind of sit directly in front of her while holding her arms.
One moment as I look up crap because I never used Sovereign before, and I guess
Oh no!
I will smack that. I will smack. I don't want to hit kids, but god damn it!
I'm just going to make perception alertness to see how long it takes for Patrick to realize someone's not chasing him.
Why I play this stupid crazy character is why.
Oh, he still doesn't notice. Okay. I'll wait for a little bit longer before I try that again. Man, he thinks he's doing great.
I'm so much faster than these idiots. Let's see. Okay. So, as you push her into this chair, and the ringing in her ears finally draws to a halt, she looks up at Dee.
She's not looking her in the eye, for the record. She's watching her what she's doing, not where her eyes are. Yeah.
But she looks at Dee, and she goes, "Jester." She looks at Redcap Jesus. She goes, "Janitor." And she looks at Agnes. She goes, "Princess." And she raises her wings like very abruptly and says, "Bow before your queen." And that's her bunk for Sovereign. And let me roll and see for you guys just to see if it is effective.
And then don't we get the chance to willpower if it does?
Let me double check. I think it, yeah, you do. You have to spend a willpower point to fight off the 3 successes.
I think it's more. We need to do a roll.
It says, anyone affected must spend a willpower point anytime they wish to contradict, accost, or attack the changeling. Any changeling of higher rank than the character who invoked the cantrip can spend a point of willpower to ignore the effects. It says spending, but
okay, whatever you say.
I will keep spend.
Yeah, I'm spending it. I'm spending a willpower because I'm not going to bow to her.
Yeah, it's basically I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's a little whatever. Per turn, however, every time you wish to disobey it. So and depends how long it lasts. 3 successes a day. Oh no, wait. Which one is it?
It's grandeur.
Oh, grandeur. Attention. How long does it last? It doesn't say.
Wait a minute. So
Oh,
so it's
scene.
not,
A scene.
wait. So that wasn't a specific order then. That was just the part of the bunk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I thought that was an order to actually bow.
Oh, no. It's grandeur to kind of assert her dominance.
Okay, because I'm not going to... Well, okay, let me put it this way then. I'm not going to spend willpower to ignore the effect of grandeur, because that doesn't really change anything, really.
Yeah.
She won't do that at all.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just like I thought it was like an order. Like she's not gonna just bow to her. No.
Well, still, grandeur is affecting, and that's another thing. Jesus.
I need to check what does grandeur do.
I have it up here if Carol doesn't mind me reading it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. She may not actually possess the poise and grace attributed to the kings and queens of old, but grandeur provides a handy substitute for the real thing. Everyone under the influence of the cantrip looks upon the changeling as a leader, savior, or royalty. The system realm determines who or what feels the effects of grandeur. Anyone influenced by the cantrip either seeks the attention and approval of the changeling or avoids any conflict. All the characters' social interactions add automatic successes equal to the successes on the cantrip, and anyone affected by the cantrip must spend a willpower point each time they wish to contradict, accost, or attack the changeling. Any changeling of higher rank than the character who invoked the cantrip can spend a willpower point to avoid the effects. I think only Agnes might have that advantage, but that depends if she actually has an official rank. Any changelings of higher rank than the character who invokes it may. Grandeur lasts for a scene unless someone humiliates or bests the changeling publicly, in which case it is immediately dissipates. So if you want to try and attacking her or contradicting her and stuff like that, that's the willpower spent.
I want to attack to a kid in a game.
Yeah.
But I will spend a willpower to intimidate her. I will roll manipulation, intimidation.
As I have not spent anything, what will happen is that she will simply let go of her arms, because that's obviously against the idea of grandeur. But she's going to stay where she is, because that isn't being disrespectful. That's just sitting directly in front of her.
Yeah.
Roll my 6 dice. I have 3 successes. As he looks at this kid and says,
It feels like intimidation should be challenged by something.
I think willpower, isn't it?
Is it?
Or she can try to intimidate, Red Cap Jesus, but Red Cap Jesus is going to say, cancel that effect or face the consequences of your actions.
She's so not going to do that.
Hell no.
Let's see. All of the character social interactions add automatic successes equal to the successes from the cantrip.
Oh, so she gets 3 bonus successes on. Oh, geez.
I have a problem too. Yeah. How does insubordinate play into this?
Insubordinate? I'm not sure, because it's a magical effect, not a legitimate one, so I don't know. Let me see, because it's a insubordinate is what, a flaw or a merit?
It's a flaw, and basically, whenever such a leader makes a command or request of you, like a leader that you don't respect, and this is a leader she wouldn't respect, roll willpower, difficulty 5 on a failure. And so basically what this can do is I will roll my willpower at diff 5 if she makes some request or command of me. And if she does, then I will have to spend the willpower to work against her, what she says. That's what it looks like I'm going to have to, because of the flaw, I will have to spend the willpower to do so.
Okay.
But she hasn't made any requests yet, so.
Yes. But her willpower, she is not listening to Redcap Jesus, nor is she intimidated. But she just sort of looks, and she's like, "Don't tell me what to do, janitor." And she stands up from the chair and like dusts off her shoulder an arm where she was put, like grabbed to be put in the chair. And she looks at Agnes. "Let's go play." And she will walk to the window. And she smiles and says, "I'm sure she'll be fine."
She is not going anywhere. I spend that willpower. You have 3 seconds to delete that effect or face the consequences of your actions.
You're trying the intimidation again?
Yeah. I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, she has what? 4.
3. Yeah.
Because of 3 successes plus an automatic success. So she's again ignoring you because defender wins.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Jesus. Belladonna, the true villain of this story.
But she grabs Agnes by the wrist. You can protect Agnes. You can't stop Emma, it seems. So you can hold on to Agnes.
He holds Agnes.
Yeah, so she's gonna go up and pretty much grab Agnes, like basically from like around the waist, because she's coming from below.
Mm-hmm. And she gives like a very insincere, like, "Oh," and unfurls her wings. She's like, "Very well, I guess I'll just go play with the boy then." And takes off.
Just a second, Your Excellency.
Oh, she's gone. Wing merit.
I mean, can't I still see her?
She says, "I'm going to go play with the boy then," and leaves. You've been trying to intimidate her. She's not going to stick around for your message.
I'm going to cast something on her. Not intimidate her.
What are you going to cast?
I'm going to cast Naming 2 and call her Omega.
You can't humiliate a she with magic.
Ah, that's also true. He would know that. I guess I will have to.
But you could name her Broken Wings.
No, he will just do something horrifying. It's fine.
Okay.
He's just gonna kill a kid.
He will do worse. He will kill his dad.
Well, the dad's out of town, as established in the intro of this scene.
Kill the nanny.
I might kill the nanny as well. We will see.
The nanny has nothing to do with this, just for the record.
The nanny's probably already dead.
That's none of the business of the Redcap Jesus. Someone just sovereigned him. He is not happy.
Belladonna leaves taking the effect of Sovereign with her. And you need to force yourself to act against her. But left behind is Agnes, looking kind of dazed and bewildered. And she just sort of shakes her head. And she looks to both adults. And do you see what I mean? English.
Oh, I totally had no idea what you meant.
Trust me, she's gonna get what's coming to her.
And she just sort of shakes her head. There's other English. They've been coming against the tower. And
who's the English? The other one.
And she walks to the corner of the room and pulls out like a stack of very sticky paper that had been things have been plastered on the wall, and she's been collecting them and taking them off. And she hands them to the both of you. And she's like, they want to tear the tower down.
What does the page say? Like what are the details?
It says, 1 moment, as I turn to the wrong section of the notebook. Basically, it is a coming soon flyer, and it is for Kids Crafty Corner, spelled
With K's.
With K's. And crafty is actually spelled Kraphty. It is.
Oh my god! I feel like I should roll for banality here.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh my god, that's horrible. She likes, and she kind of like gets into English and classic stuff. This is ridiculous. Ew. Okay, I'm rolling banality because you know what? That's so. I'm okay.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, you feel it just feels dirty reading it.
There's a visible twitch.
And she like wipes at her cheek. They want to tear it down. They say, and she like shows where it shows like the things that are listed. It's like kids arts and crafts projects, and drop off the kids and enjoy yourself as they create fun projects that they can take home. And D, being from Rig and Fowl, you're familiar with these kinds of like after school programs where like kids stay there, but they craft a bunch of crap out of like non-biodegradable foam and googly eyes and take it home where it is immediately disposed of or put on the fridge until it is embarrassingly dusty. It does not teach kids to be creative. It teaches them to follow instructions. Like, you glue these hands here. You glue these googly eyes here. Make this turkey out of foam.
A hand. Yeah. Out of a hand. Yeah. Have you ever made the turkey hands?
Yeah, like they cut it out of like the crafting foam and like that kind of stuff. Plastic feathers. Lots and lots of trash made. And very little actual creativity encouraged. And you've I'd say you've been in one of these places, but your parents aren't crap. So,
no, they wouldn't have done that to her.
Especially your dad.
The second he realized what the place was, he would not have let her go there. Or her brother.
Yeah. You probably have friends whose parents have put them in these programs, and they are not particularly enthusiastic about them. Because instead of running around and being wild and semi-unsupervised after school, they go and glue foam to paper bags to make puppets.
Don't forget pipe cleaners.
So many pipe cleaners. And that is what they want to tear down this tower. This tower with an ever-changing mural that welcomes only the inspired to paint upon its wall.
Does it appear that like the deal's already made? Or I mean, can we not tell from just this flyer?
It says coming soon, so yeah, like that means that the deal is in progress. Agnes has been keeping people away by hurling rocks.
She'll look at it. Oh, sorry. I was going to say she could look at Agnes and just be like, let me do some research. Maybe I can get them away in a more permanent fashion.
She nods. Speaking of which, the mural has undergone some changes. Currently, it has a very bold sunset painted on it, but in negative colors.
That's really cool.
Yes. That is actually really cool. Yeah, and she's gonna just sort of drop. She was probably already like on the floor anyway. She's just gonna kind of crouch back into like a sitting position and pull out her phone. and start digging around in like city records if she can get in there.
Mhm.
Try to see if she can find records of like the permits. See if see what's there, because she might be able to twist a few things around and fuck up their permits. But she wants to see what the situation is first.
Breakup Jesus is gonna be like, find names and tell me.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
As she just looks at him.
I'm angry. Someone just used sovereign on me.
You're not the only one, I'm pretty sure.
Someone needs to teach a lesson to that sneaky brat.
Sovereign's probably not the way to do it, though.
Yeah. My time we used to respond with dragon's ire.
Oh, well, that certainly won't be my way. I'm going to work on this project, which I know I can do. And we'll see if we can find anything along the way that maybe, just maybe, will help us with the other problem. That place, that business will just make this whole area, like it'll make the whole place more banal. Yes. You know, the best kind of circus, as she looks at him.
So you go ahead and roll those like investigation. I'm going to go ahead and pan to Patrick really fast.
Yep.
All right. So you've gotten some fair distance, but behind you, you can hear the sound of wings. As Emma says, "Wait up!"
That's not how tag works. You gotta catch me first, he says, as he does a dip dive and like loops around. Like there's this big sort of there's this sort of spire, like a clock tower or something, that he does like a once, twice, 3 times, and almost slingshots in another direction. And that's a bunk for Skycraft 1.
Okay.
As pixie dust suddenly like spills out of his pocket to do that one, and it just sort of dusts the air around him in his wake. So let's see if I can do Skycraft 1.
-3.
-3. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay. 4 dice to roll. -3. So to 5.
What is this? What is that version of Skycraft?
Realm selected determines who the wind aids or from whence it blows. If used to target a person, the changeling may place a powerful wind at their back, doubling their movement speed for every 2 successes rolls, or she may cut their movement speed by half for every 2 successes rolled by setting the wind against them. Such wind lasts for glamour. So for glamour minutes. So he's targeting himself to give him the boost.
All right.
So let's see if every 2 successes, 1 success, unfortunately. So unfortunately, what happens even with 1 success? Probably not much. It's just the wind's at his back.
They do help you move. It's just, yeah.
Yep. May push it along. Target for 5 minutes per success roll, directing the wind as she pleases. Or, that wasn't the use he was doing. He was just trying to give himself an extra speed boost. So up to you on how much that actually is. It's probably not double, but he's probably moving a little faster, and that'll last for 5 minutes.
All right. Let's roll
Dex Athletics to see who's
athletics. Yep.
See who's the greater flyer.
So mine was plus investigation, or was it like, did you want me to use tech?
6. Whichever one you want to use. If you're gonna, whichever one serves you better.
Let me know if using Skycraft is giving me any bonuses.
Yeah, we'll give it an automatic success. 1 success.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, mine didn't go through. Oh, probably because I didn't put a roll in front of it, Michael.
1, 2, 3.
I got 2.
1,
Damn,
2, 3, 4. If quick is applying, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes.
All right. Versus her 6.
do 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 do. And I mean, Patrick is actually even like, he's laughing about this because for him this is fun. This is a game. He's playing flying tag, and he's like rocketing through alleyways and doing like very daring sort of acrobatics between slightly under gaps in fences and going up over, looping around and stuff. Like he's definitely like taking like extra time, but he's just moving so much faster. And it's just like this amazing ballet of him just pure. It's not just flying, like, flapping the arms and stuff like that. It's the pure exuberant joy of flight. It's the pure glee of it. Just the magic of it flowing through him as he rockets by.
Emma chases him as well as she can for a while, and then pauses, looks around at the various buildings, sees something, goes up, and then allows herself to kind of do a nosedive. It's a very dramatic looking thing. And then sort of smacks against the window and tugs at her wing as though it's stuck. And calls out very convincingly, "Help!"
I know Patrick's not that insightful, but I'm not going to make that even if I roll. So Patrick sort of stops for a moment and he frowns because he's very concerned. Actually, someone getting hurt. And he flies on down towards her as she's doing that.
So here's the layout. She's on against a window that's open, and pretending her wing is stuck on this open window. It is beside a very tall street lamp, so your shadow is actually casting into this empty room.
Right.
And as you come to see her, oof. Yeah, she doesn't go very quickly at all. But she's going to attempt to slam the window on the shadow.
Well, Patrick's not. Well, to be honest, I'll let her succeed because Patrick's not aware that's what she's doing.
Oh, okay. So, all right, if you want to let her succeed. But yeah, she stops pretending and slams the window shut.
And for a moment, like, Patrick is sort of like stuck. For a moment, he's like, "What?" And like he's trying to twist and stuff, but he's still connected to his shadow, and he's having some trouble moving. It's like, hey, that's not fair.
And she gives a smile and steps off the ledge and flies just slightly out of reach, and then reaches her hand out to him. Need a hand?
And he's sort of like looking at her for a moment because it's just like, "No, I got this," he says as he's just pulling for a moment. It's like, "Come on, you can get out. Come on." And he's struggling, and there's a ripping sound, and suddenly it's like almost he's like slingshots, and he smacks right into the wall of another building as he's there, and hanging stuck in the window is his shadow. Ow!
The Emma just kind of gives a smile and flies over to Patrick, bops him on the head.
Ow!
Tag, you're it.
Right, fine. I'll give you a 5-minute head start. Well, I'll give you 10 seconds head start. That's what he says. He hasn't really realized that his shadow's not attached to him right now.
And she flies off. Now, and back to the others. You got 2 successes, you said?
Uh-huh.
All right. You get the name of the individual who's been spearheading this town beautification project, bringing the beauty of Briggenfowl into San Elipius for the betterment of both towns. Gentrification. The person who is like the financier of this project is an individual named Maxwell Luca, and you actually find like further plans for Crafty Corner. And it's not only going to be this like kids daycare creativity vacuum. The only blank canvases in this place will be for the Wine of the Week painting class. Are you familiar with painting with a twist out of character?
Are you referring to like those paintings that you can go like basically you paint as the person tells you while drinking wine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wine and craft stuff. Yes. I almost went to one once.
They are horrible. I get drugged to them by family members at least twice a year. I hate them and I hate myself for going. And I never paint what they make me paint. I bring my own paint and paint on their canvases. So, but anyways, yes. The mentality of where people want to play artist without having to actually, delve inside themselves and paint something.
Paint by numbers.
Yes, very much a paint by numbers. So yeah, and it's like the first. It even shows like the timeline of like the classes they're going to be offering. Like here's the kids classes, and the first month has first week has a wino unicorn, dogs in a sweater, cat watching fishbowl, that sort of garbage.
Don't forget the American flag one. There's always an obligatory American flag one.
Yes, crying eagle over American flag.
Yes.
Freedom.
What?
About $5, couple cents.
You need that, or
Yes.
or you're trying to give it to me?
Give me money.
She'll hand him a 10. Just like reach in her pocket, pull out like a crumpled 10, and just hand it to him without even thinking about it.
He goes to outside to a payphone
Mm-hmm.
and then calls the cops.
On why? On who?
He is basically gonna call the cops and say, the kid that remains in the other house, she seems to be getting out of the house. Just so you know.
He's reporting on Emma. Emma ran out of the house.
Oh,
so reporting a runaway is what you were doing.
Yeah.
Roll me wits.
My best stats. 1-8.
Okay. She's flying. The cops are most likely mortal. I mean, you may not care that much about the Ishit, but it would certainly clue them into supernatural creatures.
Exactly, some other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had this weird ballet between two children in the sky. It was weird.
Yeah.
One of them didn't even have a shadow. Fuck that
I
guy.
got another idea. Then I guess I will have to burn her house now because I can't take a wrench.
Do it. Burn the house. Burn the freehold in the house.
I will.
That seems like a poor choice. That's kind of really against the Ishit to hurt the...
No,
Granted, he doesn't know that there's a freehold in the house.
That's fair. That's fair.
One thing. There's do you guys know the last tenant of the Ishit?
What?
Don't get caught. You guys knew about that.
It's amazing. It's an amazing tenant. It's the secret one.
It's the secret one that everybody knows. But he just like takes a deep breath and doesn't say anything. I guess he will have to, slap the kid around a couple times until she learns. But
by the way, for future reference, you don't need money to use a payphone to call the cops.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Well, congratulations, you have $10 now.
Yeah, like, she would have given it to you anyways. She's pretty much like, she's not like Miss Moneybags, but if all you need is $10, she's gonna hand it to you. So
William, not William.
So the truth comes out.
Mr. Redcap Jesus is going to look around, and he will actually go back near D. Say, I trust you, Puka, to do a joke.
I mean, in a minute, I'm still looking because I will see I had more to do.
And he just says that, like, I trust you to do a joke to the girl.
Mhm.
She actually did say what I just said, though. In a minute, I'm busy.
Fine.
So what else you got that you want to do?
I don't have anything else to do.
Oh no.
Oh.
D.
Yeah. Did she find anything about the permits? Like, that's kind of something she was definitely trying to find.
Yeah, they have the proper permits. They're kept at City Hall in San Aletheus.
Okay.
So
everything looks legit. Is there a time frame as to when they're going to start on it?
they've been trying to announce the demolition of this building for the past month. For a very tightly compacted town like this, notice needs to be up so people can see and know to avoid the area, that sort of thing. And Agnes living in this building and hurling rocks very well at people has deterred them so far. But they are trying to. They've been trying.
So she's gonna look up at him and be like, someone who could. Okay, actually, this is maybe you can tell me the answer, or I can find out somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Was it actual paperwork that had to be filled out that they keep, or is it just like some electronic form that is now in the system?
It's paper because San Aletheus is poor and does not have an online filing system.
Okay.
So if you want to fuck with it, you'll have to break in.
Okay. I don't think I'm quite that good at larceny. This is not Misha. I think she only has like larceny 1 or something. But she's just going to look at him and be like, someone who's good at breaking in?
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mr. Set Wendy on fire.
You killed the Wendy bird.
I know someone, yes.
If by some freak chance that some of the paperwork were to disappear, I mean, you never know how long that might put things off. Give us a little more time to sort it out. I mean, I'm just making things up, of course. But
that's against the law, though.
So is murder, you chump.
yeah, but he's being
Shut
ridiculous.
up, God. Jesus looks up and says, like,
He's just gonna look at him and say, Robin Hood.
Who's Robin Hood?
Steals from the rich to feed the poor. It's a crime, but it's understandable.
I think Robin Hood died a long time ago.
Have they? Are you sure you might not be Robin Hood, or your friend might not be Robin Hood?
I don't think so.
I feel certain that they could be a modern day Robin Hood.
We'll see about that. Where do you?
It's not a botch, Carol. Don't worry.
Where do you? When do you want this thing to happen?
Gonna have to
Soon
beat
as
this kid over
possible?
the head.
They're trying. They are trying to get this building down. They're working on it, and should look to Agnes and say, "Your rocks are helping keep people away. It's working."
Good job, Ratty.
Hmm?
He says, "Good job, Ratty."
Good job, Reddy.
Yeah, Ratty.
Ratty?
Red cap, you know.
Oh.
I'm not ratty. I'm a queen.
Let me put it this way. I can probably get in, and I know what I'd be looking for. A little better than some. There's a good chance of it. Just because I'm very small, of course. She's still sitting on the floor looking up at this big, this big tall red cap. Maybe I
Fine.
should do it.
If you want to do it, then do it.
We just need to lose the paperwork. How inconvenient.
Where's this thing?
City Hall, I imagine. I don't know the layout very well, but I can probably get it. And she's going to start looking for the layout of City Hall.
Yeah, there will be like a little like directory on the website. There's just because the system inside isn't automated, but it does have like the basic and this building is records room 104, that sort of thing.
Okay, so she can easily figure out where she would need to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she'll just be like, I'll see what I can do tonight. Well, what time is it? Oh, let's see.
It's about 11 o'clock at night.
Is this a school night?
I'll say it's a Friday night.
Okay. She'll just be like, if you have a hoodie, I can probably pull this off.
He thinks. It says, good.
What did he say? Good?
Every day. Yes.
No, I mean, I need the hoodie would be for me. Cameras.
I know. Is this your first thing?
I never broken into a place. I am the most honest of people.
I agree.
As of course, she has already been inside Vin's multiple times. All right.
I think the City Hall is dangerous.
Could be, but I mean, I always find that insects tend to not be noticed.
That's true.
Yeah.
I will watch over you, kid. But you owe me to teach a lesson, that sneaky brat.
Huh?
You will owe me to teach a lesson to that sneaky brat.
I owe you when I'm the one who's going to do the work?
I will look after you, I said.
Only if you can hide your face, because I'm planning on going under doors.
I'll watch over you from distance.
She nods. That's fine.
back to Patrick, and Emma has taken off, but not at a very fast pace.
So let's go. I can probably say that the wind at his back is not happening anymore, but that's fine. I'll just roll my... yeah, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He easily overcatches her, and as in response, he's actually, as he does this as she's flying, he actually like does a front flip over her and taps her with both fingers over the head as he goes rocketing past her. It's like, you're it. Off he goes.
And she's
way too fast for her.
Yeah. She just sort of cocks her head. This is boring. And she sort of glances around and flies off in a different direction.
It takes him a moment to realize she's not chasing after him, and he sort of stops and he twists, and he sees that she's flying off, and he starts going after her. He's like, hey, that's not how the game works. You're supposed to keep chasing me.
I feel like playing a different game.
Well, what kind of game?
Maybe hide and seek, she says as she eyes the park in the distance.
Ooh, I like hide and seek.
You said there's a dragon in that forest, right?
Patrick says, oh yeah, but I don't think he wants... And he sort of stops. I don't think he wants to see anyone. He's trying to say that to like not hurt her feelings.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. After all, I'm a queen.
Yeah, that's the hard thing, because the responsible thing for Patrick to say is to lean into the responsible part of not saying, yeah, let's go find it.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, Patrick goes, well, yeah, he does. There is a dragon in that forest. And yeah, maybe he wouldn't mind being part of the game.
Well, let's go find him then. So, as a caveat, so you don't feel as though you're being railroaded into killing Ted, just because you have to avoid responsibility doesn't mean you have to be honest to the kids. So,
yeah. So he actually might, as a trick, because it's like she tricked him with that shadow thing.
Mm-hmm.
He might trick her another way. He has an idea. There's a better place to go, somewhere better to run and hide. There's a portal.
Is that what he's going to say?
Oh no! He's going to lead her. He's going to lead her to the portal.
Oh no! Fucking. Okay. So, Eldritch Vistas then?
We'll see if he can convince her that this is the way to go.
Okay.
So, let's see if he's crafty enough.
Are you going to try and lead her there or persuade her?
Lead her there.
Okay. So, manipulation leadership.
Following the leader, following the leader wherever he may go. Tito, titty, tiddly do today. It's part of the game we play. Is it standard diff?
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, -2. So 4. Let's do this. Oh my God, Patrick! 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay, and is that a willpower roll against it to not be led, or just I
don't know.
Because otherwise it would be like, see, if it's a lie, it's perception, empathy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't... Amachan, you play a natural leader. What is it?
I don't know. Like, you usually don't roll against me. It's just like, it's very convincing speech. And if it's not against the...
All right. Then, yeah. Okay, she'll follow in.
Yeah, because she has no fucking idea.
What will this kid show me?
Do-do, do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do, 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 do-do-do-do-do-do. But yeah, no, so Patrick's like, oh yeah, no. Oh, he goes this way from time to time. Not a lie.
Again, there's nothing in the Pisky anything that keeps you from lying.
I know.
So, okay. Yeah, she follows into the perpetually open trod that is in this
Forest.
Forest, yeah.
Yep.
And once again, you find yourself in the uncomfortably symmetrical yet utterly bewildering suburbia that is Eldritch Vistas. Where the Winter Festival is going on. Beautiful lights are strung from every house. Upon closer inspection, those lights appear to be small creatures tied by the throat along beautiful silver threads. They do their best to hold still, as uncomfortable as being tied by the throat is. Because the HOA gets upset if the lights flicker.
Patrick, being the unperceptive soul, is just taking in the beauty of the area. It's like,
Bella doesn't like it.
Bella doesn't like
it. Some of the creatures strung up resemble her a little too much.
What?
But Emma seems sated for the moment as she looks at these various things.
Oh, come on. I am sure he's probably at the bake sale.
Bake sale?
Yeah. They have all sorts of things. Bubble brownies.
Lemon squares.
Lemon squares. The tiers of astraberries. It's great. Come on. As he goes running along.
And she continues to follow, just sort of looking along at the various decorations. The reindeers wrapped in lights. Real reindeer. Just cautiously bobbing their heads up and down to avoid the wrath of the HOA.
Nothing but the best ideas, Carol.
Thank you. And back to Redcap Jesus and Andy, because you guys split the party and I have to do this.
I mean, we didn't send him away.
No.
I just thought we were having a game of tag. What the fuck's wrong with all of you?
You mean the game of tag that, nobody else can fly, but like two of you?
Just because I forgot about that.
Oh, Lord. Okay. But back
This won't do. What's the matter with you? All it takes is interest.
I don't think I have time for remaining for a really long stealth mission. I need to sleep at 12.
Okay, what time is it now?
It's 11.
I was going to say, I don't think it'll take that long, I hope.
No, it shouldn't take that long.
Okay, then. Redcap Jesus is just going to cause a distraction.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's closed. There's not a whole lot of distraction, so you can help, pick the lock and stuff like that.
Are we going to enter the governor's hall by picking locks?
It's not a governor's it's a city hall.
She's planning to go in. She's planning to go in under doors and through cracks as much as she can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But so if he wants to come in, then things would need picked and stuff. Yes.
He's not going to come in if it's. He's not going to put it he's a homeless. He knows that place is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to look at him and just be like, "You have that hoodie? I didn't wear one here."
Now you go. This is dangerous.
I will go, but I need a hoodie because I will eventually turn back to myself to actually get the papers. Spiders are not very strong.
Here, as he like gives him what he wears, which smells pretty badly.
It's fine. She'll give it back and have a nice bath later.
He didn't take a bath for like, I don't know, probably 2 weeks.
She just accepts it and puts it on and hopes that she gets used to it really soon. And she'll be like, okay, well, let's get down there and we'll find some place that you can wait and keep an eye on things.
He just like sits down and says, I'm hungry. Please feed me.
Of course you're hungry. I gave you $10. Go buy food.
Go! I'm just trying to get into the mood. Go! Please. I'm hungry. Help me.
He's trying to panhandle.
My kids
Oh,
died.
jeez.
I'm hungry.
She's going to walk away during that. She doesn't even want to hear about his kids dying.
God bless you. Winter's coming.
The winter is coming.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Please feed me. Feed me.
She's going to go, like, basically try to go to, like, the back of the building, you know, someplace that's shadowy.
Mm-hmm.
And shift down to Spider.
Okay.
And then look for a way in, because you can see these sorts of entrances better when you're small, you know, because then they're much larger to you.
All right. Perception alertness.
Well, I think I have a lower diff. Is it -2 or -1?
For sight?
I have sight and hearing both.
Okay. Even if it is 1, that's at least 1 success. So yeah, you'll find a small crack. It's a little higher up, so you'll have to climb up a window, like up to a window where the like a crack has been left to let the fresh air into like the office kitchenette area.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work for her. She's basically going to try to go from here to find that records room, obviously. And she's just going to kind of prowl through the shadows, skitter, you know, spider, until she gets there. Because if they notice a spider moving, like, they're not even going to pay attention.
Yeah. Well, the building is empty for the evening, and there's not exactly like copious amounts of security cameras in the area. They depend mostly on locks for security.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's nice. So if she doesn't see any cameras, that's even better.
Yeah.
There might be something in the records room, though. Who knows? Specific areas. But yeah, she's going to go until she finds that. And then she's going to see, I mean, is there like a crack that she can go through under the door?
Yes.
That's what she's going to do. Flatten herself as much as she has to and just sort of slide under there.
All right. There's several filing cabinets in the room. So you'll need to roll perception investigation to find the right one.
Before she does that, though, she's going to look around, see if she sees any cameras.
Okay, perception alertness.
I got 3.
Yeah, you see that there are no cameras.
Okay. She's going to go ahead and she'll go under a table and shift back. So at least that won't be on camera if there's a hidden one she's missed.
Okay.
And then, you know, make sure that hood is over her head before she comes out.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll go ahead and roll my investigation now.
Okay. You see that they are like the filing cabinets have labeling, and you see one that says K, but unfortunately, when you pull on the cabinet, it's locked.
Okay. Going to try a little bit of. Is there like a little locky thing there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will attempt my one in larceny and see how well that goes.
Okay.
I don't expect miracles because I think I have like 2 decks.
Channel your inner Misha.
I mean, basically.
Spend that willpower.
I got 3 decks. So yeah, that's 4d10, and no, I'm not going to spend a willpower yet. I might on the second try if I don't get it this way.
Hey,
I got
me
2.
too. Yeah, and it takes you maybe about 10 minutes of fiddling around with it because you're not a criminal.
This is not what I do for a living. Thank you.
Yeah,
I've broken into other kids' lockers before. That's about it. Had to prank him.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, she's clearly only dabbled a little bit.
Yeah, and finally, yeah, the drawer click. You hear like the lock click, and you can pull open the drawer, and there is a file on Kid's Crafty Corner, KRAPHTY. Along with the plans, the proposal, for whatever reason, a slight bio on Luca, on Maxwell Luca, and
How convenient.
I'm sorry. Do you want it to be pointlessly difficult?
Who the fuck is this guy?
It's not his whole life story. It's like accolades and why the city should grant him the.
So it's his recommendations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like basically, it was all the paperwork submitted as to why this is good for the community, and it's Brig and Fowl reaching out to help San Alipius.
Okay, so if I put this, like, say, in my backpack. Mm-hmm. Would it just kind of shrink with me when I shrink again?
Yeah.
Okay, because if not, she was going to open a window and drop it out, and then pick it up when she goes outside. But if it works, she'll just put her backpack. Bloop. Well, I mean, you have to think like a small little critter.
Yeah.
So, because she can't carry it, like she can't. Can you imagine the spider trying to drag this thing up by the mouth?
That is adorable. Just put it in web and just kind of tug at it very, very slowly, centimeter by centimeter.
Yeah, not at all suspicious.
They find you about an inch away from the filing cabinet the next morning.
Yeah, it's just not a good plan. So yeah, she'll put that in her backpack. Just take the whole thing, put it in her backpack, and can I see the name of someone who works in this record room?
Yeah, there's a nameplates on some of the desks. What are you looking for specifically?
To
hear Carol come up with a terrible name off the bat, is that it?
It doesn't have. No, I don't even need to hear what it is.
William Red.
Just go through all the primary covers. With all with K's.
William
Amachan Jones.
I'm trying to figure out, because the thing is, just if the papers are gone, that doesn't do much if they don't realize the papers are gone.
Mm-hmm.
So what she's going to do, actually, I was going to use a name there, but what if they're the one who comes in the morning? That doesn't work very well.
Mm-hmm.
So what she's going to do is put a note on the desk, and that just says, "Hey, I tried to look for the Kids Crafty Corner paperwork, and I didn't see them. Can you take a look?" And she'll put the note to whoever it says, like whichever desk says this is the boss of this area.
Mm-hmm.
And then underneath she'll just sign it Sandra, but like almost like something very illegible. Like Sandra. She's just making up a name. Yeah, just someone named Sandra, whatever.
There's
the
always
hell.
Somebody named Sandra.
Yeah, she just someone named Sandra, but it's like illegible. Like she's making it so that you can't really read it, but other than maybe the S and maybe the A at the end. So because she's hoping that will be enough to get them to look for the papers and realize that they're not there, that there's something wrong. And with that, she will then size herself back down. She'll go back underneath something because, again, she wants to make sure if there are hidden cameras, this is not caught on camera. Under the table, shift down to Spider, and make the long trek out of this building because it's much longer when you're very small.
Yes, and you eventually make it out without incident or chaos.
And yeah,
because you don't set things on fire like somebody.
This is a poor neighborhood, like a poor little bit of a half of a city or whatever, and like they really don't need their city hall to burn down.
True.
It would just. Well, unfortunately for you, she's a nice person in general. This is a case of ends justify the means. There's no point in needless destruction. So yeah, she will then go like under a bush or something and shift back to herself, and then head over to where Redcap Jesus is chilling. Apparently, we should roll some dice and see if he gets any money.
Yeah, go ahead. Wit's primal urge.
With like, if his charisma 1, he is not getting any money.
People are throwing at him out of pity at this point.
I'd say charisma manipulation.
Or manipulation.
I'm not rolling anything. I don't get money.
Okay.
Fine.
Well, it is almost midnight. Anyway.
I gave you $10. I mean, you did make something today.
Exactly.
Yeah, and she'll just kind of walk up to him and be like, let's head back so we can talk better.
Okay, let's go. He gets up slowly and moves with her.
They head back.
Yes. Where Agnes is still waiting.
Agnes, it's gonna be okay.
Are you sure?
What do you mean, are you sure?
Did you say you'll be okay, or what did you need? Your red cap crap throws me off so hard. Your accent for red cap cheese. I don't know what you're saying. Like 25% of the time. I'm just like, what?
Hey, honey, everything is gonna be okay. No, he says everything is gonna be okay.
She's gonna just reach in her backpack, like unzip it, pull the folder out, and kind of drop it onto the table, and be like, "So they don't have any permits anymore."
Well, for now.
For now, it's a start. We gotta dig up some dirt on this guy. As she points to the little recommendation thing, we need dirt on this guy. If we can get some dirt on him, they will not. Well, let's just say that I feel that it's unlikely that they're going to let him build things if we can find the right dirt.
If something falls on him.
I thought we weren't supposed to do this while people were looking at us.
Who says you're going to do it when people are going to look at us?
Out of character. Good Lord. When your only tool is a hammer. God.
The only tool is not hammer.
It's there's a saying, when your only tool is a hammer, every problem looks like a nail.
I don't understand what that means.
Okay. It means you hammer it. You basically it means, oh, what do you do with a hammer? You hit the nail on the head.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Yeah, you bash things until the problem's solved.
Yeah, you take the most crude way of resolving a problem.
It's like Redcap Jesus kind of looks at Dee but doesn't say anything to the kid because kid doesn't understand, while Dee may because Dee is kind of old enough.
She's just not really like she's kind of getting used to the idea of red caps that just threaten violence all the time.
It's
So,
not just violence. Like you kind of, Red Cap just kind of looks at the kid may not understand, but you will. Do you really
she's
think that these people? Do you think it's normal that we had like four, no, three wolf-like creatures attacking us on the streets?
thought that had to do with something else.
But they were affecting kids as well. Remember how the Patrick saved others from kids, their hands, banality.
Mm-hmm.
Someone planted something. This is not normal. So while I understand, we can just be like, yeah, we can maybe help kids and get this guy out of here.
Oh, you think this is
Sometimes we
just
gotta go
about
get it.
kids?
No, this is about
This is not just
banality.
about kids. She shakes her head, and then nods, and then she'll be like, "This has to do with banality. It has to do with the fact that, well, this building's in use already
Yes.
by us." And she looks to Agnes, and she'll just mean like, I mean the broader us, not just like you us.
And she nods, trying to follow. Because 9 years old.
This seems pretty weird. I feel like there's a thing going on.
Well,
I need to meditate and see the reality behind.
well, this is my plan. I'm totally not going to try to find more dirt on this guy. Like, why would I do that? That would be absurd. Then get that brought to the forefront. See what can be done or not be done. And from there, we need to find. I mean, there must be somebody among us that has money enough to at least, the most permanent fix would be just to buy this building themselves.
Money can happen for a while. Do you have? If you find a bank account, I can create money, and then you can give the money to bank, and then you have money.
Bank account, huh? If I could find the bank account of these people, perhaps that
No.
money might disappear and it might let us buy something. You never know.
The computer stuff is different. What
I'm
saying
aware.
is, I mean,
I know what you're saying because I know you have tricks when it comes to money.
yes.
But the kind of money we need is a lot more than that.
How much money you need?
How much does a building cost?
Several $1,000s.
Yeah, well, her answer.
God.
Yeah, well, I mean, her response was actually was how much does a building cost?
Yeah.
And she'll just be like, I mean, houses can cost anywhere from, well, in this area, because this is not a very nice area, but this is a big, more corporate kind of building, right? It's a larger.
Well, the thing is, this is part of a gentrification project.
Mm-hmm.
So if this building goes through, everything goes up in price, which some people like because they would like to unload the shitty houses these slumlords have been foisting upon the impoverished citizens of San Elipius.
Which is fair, but then it means all the poor people can't afford to live somewhere. So,
Yes.
she's just gonna be like, 100,000, 200,000, 800,000. Who knows?
800,000. That's
Possibly.
much.
You never know.
We can. Maybe we can metamorph something into Something full of money. What's this called? I don't remember. I never had that. You know when you go to bank in movies?
Are you referring to the version of visiting a bank that includes a gun?
No.
Because that is a really bad plan.
Yeah, so does hacking banks.
It would only be a specific bank, and it would literally be Robin Hood.
Didn't you watch the movies?
Are you saying life is a movie?
No. You can learn a lot from movies.
Yes, but I feel that real life experiences might just outweigh the movie.
Sure. Oh, see, I know he is wrong.
she's kind of going, yeah, I'm not going to trust a movie for hacking skills. We can discuss this later. Right now we need to work on temporary fixes and consider options for the other. Okay? For now we've grabbed ourselves, I don't know, maybe a few months. So
Yes.
we need to try to get some dirt on that dude.
I agree.
Okay. Then we have a mission. And we also need to figure out where the hell Patrick is.
He like goes
Well,
to
the reason why she hadn't yet, just for the record, is the fact that we can't catch flying kids.
he literally like this is what a Cap Jesus does. He like goes to the window and says, "Patrick!"
I'm assuming that
No
Oh,
response.
no. Patrick's not here.
It's fucking 12 at night! Shut the fuck up! My kids are trying to fucking sleep!
and then come back, you motherfucker! Shut the fuck up!
chill.
I'm calling the fucking cops!
She's gonna. No, what you're gonna get?
Fucking
Can I
house.
say something, please? In the middle of all of the screaming you're doing, what you get is your sweatshirt in the face. Because while you're doing that, she's taking it off because it smells terrible anyway, and she just wings it at you because you're making a huge spectacle of yourself.
And he looks at the Patrick and says,
No, Patrick's not there.
"No, Patrick, the
Patrick, the asshole father who's just trying to make sure his kids can finally sleep.
I was threatening that guy. Hopefully, my threats work." But he's like,
Maybe you shouldn't. He just wants his kids to sleep. I mean, he sounds like a shitty dad to saying, fuck around his little kids, but,
"B."
I was inspired by my neighbors across the street. Courtesy of them. You're welcome.
B.
Oh
Are
Lord.
you like teachers? Do you want to be a teacher? Do you see a career in front of you as a teacher?
yes, I would be the best teacher.
I agree. You would be. That's why don't act like teacher near me.
Well, someone's got to teach somebody around here. I don't see you getting the information we needed or coming up with anything to resolve this problem with this building. I'm pretty sure that was me.
He nods. Sure.
She just grins at him. Come on. Let's go try to find Patrick. Or I'm going to go try to find Patrick.
Do either of you guys have like Will o' the Wisp?
No.
No. We basically have no chance of finding him at this point, so that's the main reason why she didn't die.
Still think I still think you can do soothsay in other ways to try and get an idea of where he is.
Mm.
I don't have soothsay at all.
Jesus does.
No, I have a thing with Susei that I can do.
No.
What is your thing?
People need to follow my
Tattoo, right?
glam writing.
Yeah.
After this, I'm gonna. D6. I got one success.
Okay.
I'm trying to find Patrick.
You see, like, a familiar-looking forest and an unfamiliar-looking suburb.
He tells this to D. What do you know about this place?
A forest and a city?
Yes.
I mean, there's a forest in our city. I'm sure that is exactly not the place we need to be.
Yes.
She actually looks really confused because that's a really vague description, especially when you hear it from someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know which forest it is. It's one you booked into. Well, at least Red Street Jesus knows which forest it is.
Do I know which forest it is?
Yeah, you went there. You just left before you got to meet Ted. And so it's like, I guess Redcap Jesus fell asleep in the spooky woods.
Or he got too terrified and ran the fuck out. We don't know, really.
Yeah.
He ran the fuck out. He's like, it's a dragon.
Well,
It was a tiny dragon.
very small.
Very, very little guy.
Yay big.
He says it's in the place we went together.
Well, we should probably go make sure that, he's not getting murdered by someone.
Let's go.
By someone English. As she looks to Agnes.
She just shakes her head. You should have let me throw rocks at her.
You're right, Agnes. Next time, just kick her ass.
It wouldn't have done anything. It wouldn't have done anything. It would not have solved the problem.
What if I throw really big rocks at her?
Do it.
Only if you have incredibly good aim and are willing to actually murder.
I think I could be fine with murder in the English.
I will leave that between you and your best friend here. She gestures toward Redcap Jesus. Because I am most definitely just like you guys.
She just kind of cocks her head. You look very strange for a Redcap, then.
I am the best Redcap.
She gives like a be menacing because Redcap, but innocent because child smile.
And she offers a big spider grin. I don't know how that works, but
mandibles just unfolding and
her eyes, like all of the spider eyes on her face just open extra wide. Probably the little arms that that are the extra arms are kind of like wiggling about and sort of reaching vaguely towards her. If we're gonna be weird, let's be weird. Yeah. We're just gonna be creepy over here. It's fine.
Yeah. See, you are just like us. So are you heading off to the woods?
I got my car.
All right.
Redcap Jesus enters the car.
Our value immediately depreciates by 1,000.
Oh no!
It already did. He already dented the top of the car. Remember?
I don't remember.
There's still the knife holes in the roof thanks to Patrick juggling.
Like dents. I figured they were little dents. I didn't think a knife would go directly through the metal.
True. More the whatever's like the fabric in between the roof. Some of them do, not all do.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It probably did go through that. But either way, there's marks in the ceiling already. So yeah.
I'm gonna need to buy an extra strength air freshener or just Febreze the crap out of where Redcap Jesus sits. It's fine. It's fine.
It'll be Febreze because you know what? She kind of smells bad right now too because she was wearing his sweatshirt.
Yay. Stinky fairies. Okay. And off you go to the woods. You know where the woods are. What's your intelligence? D.
Whose? D?
Yeah.
I was like, well, I think it's, yeah.
Okay.
No, hold on. Let me make sure. Sorry, my brain.
It's okay.
Because I think it's perception 4. Might be. No, I'm sorry. It's intelligence 4.
Excellent. Intelligence 4. I'm just going to give this to you then. You don't remember seeing a city. You do remember that there is a trod, a perpetually open trod. So by process of elimination, if he is in that forest, that's probably the place to go.
She shakes her head, and there's a very audible sigh.
What?
Fine. I totally don't have any idea where to go. As she starts heading in a very clear direction. Like,
You're weird.
You're one to talk.
Yes, I am.
I mean, the sad thing is that's not really a lie.
You mean?
You're just an amazing talker.
Thank you. Go. Let's go find Patrick.
Where? I mean, where else would I be going here?
Not too much. Not fast. Let's go.
I am walking.
Pick up. She's just following.
As you guys arrive to this portal, you see a suburb. It is unnervingly parallel, like symmetrical. It's winter. It is decorated for whatever winter holidays require lights. We're not going to judge based on religion. We'll say it's secular if you have to. But anyways, lights. Upon closer inspection, though, these lights are small, glimmering creatures tied by the throat on a silver thread. They do their best to stay still along this thread. They do have they all look very terrified being strung up like this.
I'm just gonna say, I'm pretty sure what she really wants to do is just start untying them all.
Yeah.
You can.
Roll perception alertness. Both of you.
Nope. Wait a minute. Actually, if it's sight or hearing based, then I got it.
Okay, yeah, it's sight-based. Okay, for both of you then, what you notice as you move along the street is these plastic flamingos on the lawn, all slowly turning their heads as you pass. One flamingo in each lawn.
She's gonna pause and look at one of the flamingos and say, "Do you talk?"
There's no response from the flamingo.
Narrowed eyes.
There is no response from the flamingo at your narrowed eyes.
Whatever. She's just gonna keep going.
Okay. As you go, the streets are fairly empty, but there is some commotion at the end of the road where a bake sale has been interrupted by whatever shenanigans it was interrupted by. There are panicked screams, wails, gnashing of teeth, the buzzing of 1,000 flies.
Pickup just is like looking at this oldest thing. He doesn't get anything. This is like one of the few times he's in his dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
He is just following D because she knows better.
she's never been here before, but she's pretending apparently that she knows exactly where she's going.
Mm-hmm. So, are you heading towards the commotion, or just following the street, or what you doing?
I mean, it's kind of both, really.
Okay.
Oh, because what it boils down to is where Patrick is probably going to be some sort of mischief.
What? When?
Holding plates and running.
Flying above the commotion, chaos, wailing, gnashing of teeth, and sound of flies is Emma, just sort of hovering in above it all, just looking kind of bewildered and confused.
Patrick's not flying, but he is, as things are probably chasing him after him, he's doing all sorts of things. He is, like, sliding under tables and ripping off the tablecloth. At certain points, he, like, dances around and, like, he trips, and, like, he makes sure, like, one end of it's tied as someone else comes after him, and he, like, sort of underswings under their knees and stuff to trip them all, and he's just laughing like a goddamn loon as he's probably being chased by things that are obviously horribly monstrous, but he is just having fun. If you want me to roll Dex Athletics just for all this shenanigans, I will.
Sure. Go ahead.
Let's see how well it works.
What kind of monstrous things are there?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
Okay.
So yeah, he is just like quick and nimble. So he's just like, he's sliding under people's legs. He is like, like I said, with the thing, he takes a little bit of time. It's almost like too quick as he's like tripping people and stuff like that, and throwing brownies at people's faces and other baked goods. He's just in the middle of the chaos having fun. He somehow, one of his hands slipped and he didn't manage to grab the thing without someone noticing. And now everyone's like after him because some of them recognize him. You're the boy from before. You cost me my children.
It's true. He did. What you see are various, like, they're dressed very human, but they are so far from it. We have like skeletal demon heads with horns, but decorated with lovely flower hats. The mouths are perpetually open on these charred bones. Others that appear to be made entirely out of encrusted gem forms that are, since they have no mouths, and so their screams are muffled. You have somebody arguing with one of these gem-encrusted people is having a rather heated argument with one of these skeletal creatures about whether or not lasagna is a casserole, and seems a little detached from the general chaos because they hate each other so much. Buzzing all around them is just this sort of formless mass of flies buzzing so loud that when it, like, if you get near it, everything else seems to fade. You think you hear somebody refer to that as Aubrey, and just other unworldly, terrifying, yet dressed as human, so vaguely humanoid creatures having a panic about the bake sale being ruined.
Patrick's Patrick's covered in like cake and baked goods and stuff like that. He's been smeared with the stuff, and like he's throwing stuff back. Some people try to grab him. He backflips over them, and he's somehow got like a broken end of a stick or something, and he's like running it down. Like he's not hitting people, but especially the skeletons. He's running along their backs like a xylophone with the.
Cap Jesus sees these monstrous things, and he just like he sees Patrick in danger. He's gonna like bite the monster who's like trying to catch him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like that's not cool, you know. Like,
There's a lot of monsters trying to catch him, so
which is the first one who's trying to catch him?
how many are there?
a neighborhood's worth. Several dozen.
I have common sense. No, I don't have common sense. I don't have common sense.
Well, what Dee's going to do is just be like, Patrick, let's get out of here. Just kind of yell it.
So I want to say something. Like, you know how much Redcap Jesus cares about Patrick,
Mm-hmm.
and like there are like dozens of monsters here.
Yes.
Mind if I unleash to save him?
What are you going to unleash?
Basically Autumn to like either Autumn or naming. But what I want to do is basically to keep the monsters away a bit so we can run away. Like, I don't think like using unleashing to just like kill everything is not something I would like to do
Okay.
as a player. But like just to like show maybe like just to show the like, because this in my opinion a thing that makes sense for Red Cap, he really cares for Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
So like while he knows, like, you know, Patrick is a kid and maybe he doesn't understand what is going on, so therefore he thinks that this is a very bad situation.
Okay.
Therefore he will say, like, you know, he will look at the he will look at D, and then he will say, like, you gotta catch Patrick and run. If I don't come, don't look back. Go.
He looks like
And,
he's having fun. Although she's already yelled for Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick did hear it, and he sort of looks over at D. Oh, hi, D! As he jumps over someone trying to swipe him, and he lands on their head before bouncing on along a number of the other skeleton heads that start rolling off their heads. He's just like, this is a lot of fun. You should get into it on this.
What I want to unleash is actually Autumn 1.
Okay.
And
Well, you
like,
unleash Autumn, not Autumn 1. It's
yeah, you know, Autumn has a like, maybe this will come nice to your ears because that's what I want to achieve. I don't like, you know, like YOLO solo unleashing, as you know, and Michael and Christy knows.
yes.
You know, like Red Caps is all about scaring people, and they can scare everything. Autumn 1 is, I'm not saying like I will just unleash Autumn 1, but like what I want to say is Autumn 1 is actually makes things very scary.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe Red Cap Jesus will yell and like he will look very scary. So they will like at least pause for a second where it will give us a time for us to catch Patrick and just fuck off.
Well, unleashing Autumn based on Autumn, it seems to have a more destructive sort of thing. So it would be like wither and decay and rot. But
I mean, I don't want to step over the ST's toes on this one, but please go ahead. You had a butt.
Yes. But if you can control this unleashing, you get a little bit more of that narrative. Maybe you make the sky darker or whatever around you so you appear more intimidating. But you know how unleashing works. More successes than you have in the art, I take over. If you botch, banality sweeps through. So go ahead. Roll that sweet glamour.
I only roll glamour?
Yep.
And you
plus your nightmare dice if you have it.
Yep. And you gain one nightmare dice for, you actually gain one because you're invoking it.
I failed.
Nope. Oh, yeah, you did fail.
7, right?
Yeah, it's a difficulty 7, so... at the beginning of okay, if the roll fails, the character is unable to unleash. This triggers banality, and the character cannot use the unleashed art for the remainder of the scene. So.
Okay.
Okay. But you do need to roll your roll banality, which is your glamour difficulty 8.
I failed.
Yep. So take a point of banality.
No problem.
Yeah. Point, not dot. So.
I was gonna say, I think Patrick's like, jumping off heads in their direction, and he's scooping up like certain pie. He's scooped up a pie. He scooped up another plate of brownies, and he's like bringing them over to them, and he's all like fucking excited. As they're all like still falling all over each other.
Can we like grab Patrick and run away?
He's coming towards you.
Oh, okay. He's like, perfect, let's go.
Roll Dex Athletics to get out of this area.
I will. Do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
All right. You got what? 3 successes, Summertime?
Mm-hmm.
Christy, I need it from you as well.
Oh, I thought it was just for Patrick.
You guys are all. I mean, if you're not going to run away from the group or from the crowd, that's an interesting approach.
No, I mean, I just thought we were on the outskirts, so it wouldn't be as big of a thing.
Well, I'm leading them over. They're all after me.
Dex Athletics.
Okay. Let me see what I got. It is. I know my Dex. I just need the athletics part. Okay.
All right. I'm not going to, if you got successes, then you did. I'm not going to make it like, oh, but you needed this. Just, yeah, you book it and eventually out of dodge there. Perception alertness, everybody.
4, possibly 5, depending on if hearing
5.
sight counts. Yeah.
1 success.
All right, and Redcap has 2 successes. Emma's gone.
Fine.
Emma flew off further into the dreaming.
Chicken, fuck off.
What harm could a Baylor do in the dreaming? No, that's fine.
Who gives a shit? I don't know if she's a Baylor.
It's fine.
I mean, I do, but that doesn't really change that. The problem is that she's a kid, so she wants to protect her, but at the same time, like, this chick is just, like, she's kind of the enemy, too, so...
It's an Arcadian she. Let it be.
Yeah, I mean, she's not going to overtly try to kill her or anything, but she's not gonna, like, chase her right now.
Mm-hmm.
Emma, come on! And Patrick's just like shouting, but it's like more of like a come on, because he's still laughing and he hasn't really completely understood that. Like, no, maybe she's within hearing range. He doesn't know where she is, so.
By the way, Carol, I need to say something. I forget that I had intolerance to Arcadian she in this character. I apologize.
Well, you've been kind of behaving that way anyway.
Okay. But my difficulties would have been higher to intimidate her.
Okay.
Didn't work anyway, so it's fine.
It's diff 1 for you. Murderous main red cap. Jesus.
He says, like, let's go. Never mind her. It's better without her anyway.
Well,
I mean, that's where they were. I think they were already moving, so yeah.
Yep, and Patrick hops on through the portal with whatever leftover baked goods he managed to steal. He's got his pie, he's got some brownies, and some bubblegum cookies.
and Eldrick Vista will suffer for it. Yes. um, well, now that the three of you are back together, once again in the circular forest, what now?
Patrick's just like got a wild look in his eyes. He's just happy. His hair is all like caked with all sorts of frosting and goo and everything, and he's just all sticky. And he's got like the brownies, and he's all happy. It's like, ha ha, yeah, score. And he picks up one of the brownies and he starts eating on it, having forgotten the fact that he was in fucking danger.
The Patrick, like the red cap Jesus, looks at Patrick and he's like, Patrick, those were monsters.
Oh
Those
yeah,
were trying to kill you.
yeah, it was fun.
It shouldn't be fun, Patrick. If you die, it's not fun.
Today would be an awful.
You should stay with me in the tower. It's protected by us. Come.
Actually, she's just gonna be like, why don't we just stay here for a minute so we can talk with nobody hearing? As she kind of walks like into the woods, but not back towards the park.
Hey, we'll go for Ted. Brownie?
And no,
Stop
Don't
eating, or we
don't.
can't understand you.
Please don't. They may be dangerous.
I'm fine when I'm outside of it.
And Red Cat is actually like gonna listen to you and says, "Yes, let's talk here."
And she's gonna walk until she finds, I don't know, we'll say there's a big rock or something, and she's just gonna sort of flop down onto it.
Mhm.
And she's going to look at Patrick and be like, you need to be careful of her. And she's going to use the fact that he's still chewing and stuff to continue, because because she knows he's going to ask a question next.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be like, because she was pretty much trying to kill Agnes, and that's not cool.
She's a sneaky brat.
She's not the Emma that you knew.
Well, I mean, she has wings and stuff, but she changed just like Agnes did.
Yeah, but
Boy, the eagles also has wings, but they eat the weak.
you need to be careful. That's all.
You should
I know
stay
that's
with
not
me.
really your thing. No, you can't keep someone like him just tied up someplace. Red cap Jesus, you can't. That would be against his nature. You can't do that.
Who says I will tie him up? I
No.
say he should be safe for a while at least.
No,
I'm perfectly fine, thank you.
there will be no tying up. I just want you to be careful of her. She is more powerful than she looks, and she's not just a kid who wants to play with you. She's like a grown-up in a kid's body.
He's sort of confused by that. But she looks like...
It doesn't matter what she looks like. That's the point. She looks very different than what she really is.
He sort of thinks for a moment.
Think this way. You see the color of the brownies. They're the same color with your poop.
Yeah, but brownies are delicious.
Yes.
Please
But
tell
what
me
if
you haven't
someone-
tried your poop.
What if someone pooped in your brownie? You
Ew.
wouldn't notice.
Blech.
Good boy. You understand. Now. What, Carol? What? Stop judging me.
I cannot. I physically cannot stop judging you. What is that metaphor saying exactly?
Just like the she. They look beautiful. but
Like
their inside
chocolate.
is full of shit.
I'm trying to see if Patrick can finally put two and two together that Emma might not be completely as you know. You get what I'm saying. But I'm trying to figure out what to roll. I think it's like intelligence is thinking of the memories of stuff she was doing. Well, she wasn't playing fair, he says for a moment. I think I'm just going to...
P&E probably would be a decent roll for that.
Well, sounds like it's 2 dice at diff 7.
Oh, no.
Nope, botch.
Oh, goodness. I'm sorry.
Yep, he has no idea that he still doesn't understand that Emma's like how what it is. Even then, with her not playing fair, he's like, okay, maybe she was just being clever and stuff. He's like...
She tried to push the red cap girl
out a window, and she can't fly.
She tried to kill her, Patrick.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Agnes can't fly. Yeah. Oh, that's why she didn't follow me in the tag game. He says as he's like sort of frowning on that one, fists on hips.
And she used Sovereign on us. She basically made us look at her like she was the leader and the prettiest thing ever. And it's not that... Would you like it if your freedom was taken from you to feel what you want to feel?
That's exactly what Wynn did. His dad.
Emma wouldn't do that. Emma wouldn't make
Emma
someone
did.
like...
Emma
but
did.
She did. I warned her. I told her not to do it. She didn't take it back.
Do we lie to you, Patrick?
When did I lie to you, boy?
It's like, no. That doesn't sound like Emma.
I tried to defend you from those
to say this.
Yeah.
I'm so amused because I just said, do I lie to you? And I'm
And, well, like I said, and Patrick doesn't realize she lies, so it's even better. Just so beautiful. He's just like, but that Emma wouldn't do that. And this doesn't sound like Emma. And he's looking at you guys.
But it is.
It
doesn't matter if it sounds right.
They steal the bodies. They hurt commoners. They kill people with cold iron. That's what Arcadians do. You should be beware of them.
I'm going to roll something at the mention of cold iron.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Carol.
Is that your remembrance?
That's my remembrance.
You remember where you got your scar from?
Ah!
That was so loud. Oh my god.
As he suddenly like grabs at his side.
Yeah, I appreciate the drama, but that really hurt my ears.
I'm so sorry. I forget the microphone's at my mouth. And he's on the ground and he's crying as he's like holding his holding a part of his abdomen.
He actually, like, the red cap Jesus kind of like goes down and like puts a hand on his head, and he's like, "It's gonna be okay, boy. It's gonna be okay. I'm here."
Yeah, you know what? She's not a mom, but she's totally has a thing about keeping kids safe. She's gonna get down there and pretty much kind of put his head in like over one of her arms and just kind of like, you know, to attempt to be slightly mothery.
Mm-hmm. It hurts.
Look
hurts.
Look at the money. Look at the money.
And it hurts.
I'm gonna try to do something to take Patrick's attention from the pain. Which, you know, you give the kids like something to, you know, play with, or like something to like, you know, like keep their focus up by like giving them something to play with. Change $1 to a thing.
Why would he do that? Why would he do that? It hurts so bad. That horrible codfish.
Yeah, she's just kind of like doing that, one arm like under his head and the other one kind of like, doing that brushing the hair back thing that you do on little kids.
Roll me. You have your academics is like stories and stuff, right?
Mine?
Yeah. Wasn't it?
Yeah, it's classic literature.
Great. I want you to roll me intelligence academics.
I think it's only academics 1.
Okay.
Should she get a bonus because she has certain information?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exploding tens.
Well, there's 1.
Yeah, okay. You've read Peter Pan. He's holding his stomach. You remember a story about, within the story of Peter Pan, where Hook played very unfair and dragged his iron hook across Pan's stomach.
She's just going to continue with these, that attempt at comforting.
Mm-hmm.
But she's going to kind of be like, Patrick, shh. just calm a little. Listen to me. She's like Captain Hook. She's like Captain Hook now.
She's not Hook. She's not Hook.
She's not Hook, but she's like him now.
No.
Yes, she is.
Mind if I roll another remembrance on something? Because there's a very clear association there, Carol.
All right, go ahead.
Let's see here. Up to you on the diff, remember. Especially in this moment. Oh, this might be the time he's beginning to remember who he really is.
You remember these cornflower blue eyes. And
Forget
the face of Hook. And you don't know what he is, but you definitely know he is not like you. He is not like Dee. He is not like Emma. He is something far different and far worse.
She is not like Hook. She's not like him. And there's a very serious moment for that. She's not like him.
Do you think she really wouldn't use cold iron? Just like him?
She's not like him. She's not like us.
She's not your friend. She is an enemy.
But she's not Hook. She's nothing like him. She's nothing like him. And he's still rubbing his abdomen here, even there. He's like, he's still got an arm around Dee, and she's still holding him. She's nothing like him.
Fine.
He's horrible.
Fine.
He's horrible.
But an enemy. You know what an enemy is.
Mm.
Then why did she try to kill a red cap? That's what nobles do.
Hook took someone from me. He's sort of stopping there for a moment. And he's sort of there's also another look, suddenly all the trauma is sort of. He's so close. Come on, Patrick. That's one success.
You remember a very brief association with poison. You don't know where or what, but something toxic. Something about tears.
Okay. And he shakes his head. My... Why do I know these things? Why do I feel these things? Why am I living these things?
I don't know, but we will find out.
I may or may not know.
You can with your intelligence, you can definitely make that leap, that understanding.
Oh, I know. But I was just being vague in how I said it.
Oh, okay. I was going to
Because Luca. That's why she said I may or may not know.
Oh. I just want it. Why won't it make sense? How can I be that and I haven't done that? How can I be in a lagoon with mermaids and I have been there before several times and never been there? How can I hurt? How can I hurt so bad? I've never been hurt like that.
She's going to lean down and whisper in his ear and just say, "You are Peter Pan. You are Peter Pan. You have been and you always will be Peter Pan. Patrick is your name now. But underneath it all, you are Peter Pan." I have the books at home. And you have that pain because you were hurt that way once.
Show me.
She nods. Mom. I'm sure my parents will love me coming in so late. It might be better if you come to the window and stay quiet.
So rubs his eyes. Okay. Okay.
She's going to start to head home.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
You go. I go near Belladonna. And protect the red cap.
Agnes should be protected, but you can come.
Should be protected by who?
You. I mean, she should be protected. I was agreeing.
I'm not good for houses. Your family wouldn't want me there. You go.
I could bring them out.
Bring who out?
The books.
I don't want my presence to anger your dad. You go.
Your presence will not anger my dad. My dad is unangerable, I promise.
You lie. See you later.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to bring them out. So he won't see you either way.
I think he's trying to OOC leave because it's almost his bedtime.
No, he wouldn't come there anyway because he knows that nobody likes red caps and says, no, see you later.
I mean, like I said, she can bring them out though. Like literally, she can get books and walk back out.
Yeah, I understand. He will just leave anyway. I will go near the red cap kid. You take care of Patrick. As he ruffles Patrick's hair.
With all its gooey frosting in it.
And don't forget your 6 XP for this
Okay.
scene. But yeah, if you guys want to go and discuss the books, you can choose to believe your friend without having to roll because it is your character.
But I think it's more important. It's the showing of it to make it to make him understand. I mean, I know we're at the end here. Oh wait, if we want, we can do like for the final wrap up. I don't want to keep anyone else's time. We could do that where I don't wrap up with him either remembering or still not getting it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't mind. I can do that wrap up stuff.
Unless Christy has places to go to.
I mean, not this second.
Okay. Probably wouldn't take too much longer to do that a little bit.
Okay.
No, she was just going to, like, she's not really certain he could actually stay quiet, so she's probably going to bring the books out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
She'll just be like, meet me. Yeah, she'll just be like, meet me at the treehouse. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, she'll go back in her way, get the books, put them in a backpack, go back out, and then climb up the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And meet him there. And she will pull out like the journal and what was it? Wasn't there like a really old copy of Peter Pan?
A first edition copy of Peter Pan signed by J.M. Barrie to the original Wendy. Go ahead and roll remembrance again now that you're looking at that.
And the pictures as well.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, you're setting the diff on this, so let's see if it works. Do you mind if I spend willpower on this one because I think this is important enough?
Sure.
Okay. That's well, depending on how much low the diff is, plus 1 auto success, thanks to willpower.
You remember quite a bit. You remember Wendy when she was a little girl, and you were a little boy named Peter. You remember first on the left, straight on till morning. And many adventures. And very the infrequency of old age. You do not age. You are the perpetual boy. These stories are yours. These pictures are you. Whatever happened to Wendy?
While this is happening, well, he's looking through these things and all this stuff, and she's just going to be like, I might be able to get you more stories.
I'm Peter. I am Peter. I'm Peter Pan. He says as he's looking at this. And he's looking at the photos. And I'm these. I have the same eyes. They're all me. I remember. I remember. I'm Peter Pan. He's sort of like getting up from that, and he's like he's looking through the pages, and he's like looking at things. It's like, yes, I remember that. Remember, and he starts going to a page, and he stops and he's looking at it. His eyes are wide. Hook. And he runs his fingers across it, a certain line, and his hand just stops at a certain line, and it's frozen. He's just frozen in shock as he's holding it, and he's holding his hand, and the book tumbles out of his hands just in the right way so that the page is still there, but he's like frozen as he's like looking at his hand, as he's looking at something past, something of a memory. And he remembers those forget-me-not blue eyes staring up at him. And he remembers his hand out. And he remembers being unable to move. And if Dee picks up the book where he was holding the line, the part he stopped at was Hook bit Peter.
Got it.
Just one minor detail before I close this scene. Roll me a perception alertness, D. Sight.
Like
Yeah.
4.
There's a lantern that you've brought into this tree house over, many nights sneaking out here to listen to music or read while your parents were flirting and being embarrassing. And as that light kind of gently flickers, you notice Patrick has no shadow. And that's where we'll end today's scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, if you're watching, you weirdos. And I'll see you next time.